Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's upcoming game this Boxing Day at home at St James's Park against Nottingham Forest. A game that's turned out to be a lot bigger than any of us really hoped it would have been, thanks to recent results. But hopefully Eddie and the lads can get the job done. So we're going to have a look at the lineup, talk about how we think the lads are going to set out, how we think the game may be won, hopefully not drawn or lost, because we don't need that for the last game of 2023. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the match itself. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, we'd love you to subscribe to us. We're over 6,000 subs now, thanks to you wonderful people making our Christmas wishes come true and letting us hit that 6K milestone. Really appreciate that, guys. With loads more room for you if you're just watching for the first time. Recommend us to family or friends. All free content. But if you do want to give a little bit back to the channel, there is a membership option there too, where you get early access to these videos. And before I go any further, just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you're having a great day. If you're watching us today, or if you're watching us the day after on Christmas Day, either your family's got really rubbish banter and you just want to listen to me talk about Newcastle, or you just love Newcastle so much you had to hoover up the content. So great to see you. Have a great Christmas. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy it with those you love the most. Right, let's get stuck in then. So how do we think the team is going to line up? So obviously off the back of Luton, probably one of the most abject performances I've ever seen since Eddie Howe's been the manager. Lackluster, no fight, no passion, no desire, no strategy really, no planning. There was no intensity. There was nothing really. It was nothing that we expected or have come to expect from Eddie Howe's Newcastle United. And it looked like a Steve Bruce side, to be brutally honest with you. I can't believe I'm dropping the Bruce bomb in this video in the first couple of minutes, but that's exactly what it looked like. You wouldn't be reminiscent of people shouting cabbage head and Bruce out on the sideline if you didn't look twice and see it was Eddie and Jason Tindall standing there. So really bad performance. Eddie will want the lads to get back and put in a proper shift for those loyal Newcastle United fans for the last game of 2023, because the game after this will be 2024. And thank Christ the transfer window will be open. Hopefully Newcastle will be getting some early deals done. But we are injury ravaged. We're going to patch up again. You know, a couple of other players looked dead in their arse against Luton. Anthony Gordon in particular, he couldn't even run. Lascelles went down with another injury as well, so he had to go off. So let's have a look at how we think the lads are going to line up. This is what we've gone for now. This isn't necessarily what Eddie Howe will go for. You'll notice straight away there's a few big changes there. So let's just start at the back. Obviously, with Jamal Lascelles being injured, we've gone for Botman coming in for him, which gives us that settled back four that we had all of last season. That was the best defence in the Premier League, and Trippier, Shaw, Botman and Burn. The difference is Trippier's head isn't particularly screwed on at the minute. Hopefully, he finishes 2023 in a Trippier-style fashion and puts in a great performance against Nottingham Forest. He'll have the captain's armband as well, and hopefully that'll just help him, you know, regain some confidence in his game. Obviously, Dubravka was brilliant against Luton, the only player who could hold his head up. It probably would have been 3 or 4-0 if it wasn't for Dubravka, to be fair to him. But having Botman back is huge for that defence. His composure, his calmness, his positional sense, his ability to pick out passes as well to those out wide will be you know, testament really to Newcastle getting a result here. So Burns going to fill in the left back again as well. I do worry about Burns' pace always, but he's a steady defender. But looking at that right-hand side, you can see there's a big difference there. So what we've done, rather than having Tino Livramento at left back, we've moved Tino Livramento to right wing. Now, for me, I think this is the most clever thing that Eddie Howe could do. And I really hope he does do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. Miguel Almiron needs to be benched. Miguel Almiron has been absolutely abysmal for months now. You know, he's too one-footed. He makes bad decisions. He can't finish. He can't assist. You need to take him out of the team. And we need to have somebody on that right-hand side who can offer a threat going forward and doesn't just run around like a dog chasing a fucking tennis ball in the park. And that's what Miguel Almiron looks like at the minute now. He's absolutely abysmal. We did a video about has Miggy regressed. A lot of you checked it out. It's still up on the channel if you haven't already. Of course he's regressed. He's been terrible for a long time now, to be brutally honest with you. He had a great spell last season where he was having his own little goal of the month competition, but he's not good enough for this level. He's not good enough to push Newcastle into the top 4. He's not good enough to push him at the knockout stage of the Champions League. Had he took his chances against AC Milan, for example, or Everton, or Fulham, or Spurs, the game could be different, but he can't do it. He's too indecisive, and it's time for an upgrade. But in the interim, we can't send any upgrades right now. There's too many injuries, so I've put Tino Livramento on the right-hand side, and I think Tino and Trippier will be fantastic, not just because Tino's got the pace to go forward and make something happen, he's also got the nous to come back and the pace to come back and help Trippier out if he's struggling a little bit, which he has been in the last few weeks. And I think that right-hand side would look very, very good. Over to the left-hand side, Joe Linton should be able to come back into this game after shaking off the thigh injury. God, did we miss him against Luton. We missed Joe Linton massively against Luton. We didn't have anybody to roll their sleeves and just get stuck in. And that's what Joe Linton can do. But I think what we'll do is we'll move him out to the left-hand side because Anthony Gordon is dead on his arse and he needs to be rested. Bring Gordon off the bench. Bring Miggy off the bench. You've got 2 quick players there, dynamic players that can cause defences trouble if we are chasing the game. But Joe Linton on that left-hand side, he works very well there. You leave that midfield 3 of Longstaff, Bruno and Miley. Longstaff is very lucky not to be pulled out this side for me as well. He was running in quicksand against Luton. He looked piss poor. But the fact is we've got so many injuries in midfield, there's nobody else to really play in there. I think it'll be very harsh if Louis Miley's dropped for this game. It was incredibly harsh that he was hooked for Isak at Luton. I thought he was much better than Longstaff and Bruno in many ways, to be fair. In terms of his use of the ball and his ability. Yes, you could point fingers at him on the corner for the Townsend goal, and you could just say maybe he's a little bit naive, but it was 3 players in front of him that let Header get through as well, and they're in this lineup. So you kind of blame everything on Louis Miley. So I hope Louis Miley gets it at the start, but, I could quite easily see Joe Linton in that midfield and then Miggy Almiron in the front 3, which I really hope to Christ Eddie does not do, because the time has come to take that bloke out of this lineup. He offers fucking nothing. I've gone for Alexander Isak up through the middle. Isak was probably the only player who looked sharp enough in terms of an outfield player at Luton. He's very unlucky with his goal. I didn't think that was offside for me. I think Isak will start this game with Wilson on the bench, and it'd be nice to see Isak get himself a goal or 2 before the year ends. In terms of Nottingham Forest themselves, they're missing some key players. They're going to miss Willy Bolly with a complete bullshit red card, by the way. Second yellow card. It was never a second yellow card in a million years. These referees are abysmal, absolutely abysmal. I'm glad he's not playing from Newcastle perspective, because it gives Isak a bit more stroke not to have a big, strong, quick defender on him like Willy Bolly. But it's not good for Nottingham Forest. It really, really isn't. And this is Nuno Espirito Santo. I always feel like I need to chuck holy water when I say that. His second game, obviously, he got beat 3-2 in his first game against Bournemouth, obviously after the Willy Bolly red card, which was a bit shit for them. But in terms of how they're kind of going to line up in this game, they've got, let's have a look here. So, yeah, Bolly's out, so we'll have Nikata coming in. You've also got potentially, well, they're missing the main man, the striker. Is it Taiwo Onoe, who's a bit of a handful? But Divock Origi might come back, and remember him from Liverpool. He likes to pop up with the odd goal, especially since James's Park was shit house. So in terms of how they're going to line up, it's probably going to be going off sports mode here. Turner, Williams, Nikati, Morella, Toffolo, Mangala, Yates, Origi, Gibbs White, who's a very decent player, Alanga, and Wood. So again, we saw the midfield against Luton, and we saw that we let Ross Barkley really take control at midfield. We can't do the same thing with Morgan Gibbs-White here. Morgan Gibbs-White is a decent player on the ball. He can find pockets of space. He can find through balls. Origi's still a decent striker in terms of his movement and his finishing ability. So we really need to make sure that the midfield are on song, which is why I think I'd like to have Louis Miley in that midfield as well, because he gets around, he puts tackles in. Bruno needs to have a big game as well. This is our last game of 2023, and it's at home at St James's Park, and we really need to turn this up. We really need to turn this up. We need to get a good performance here, end the year well. We've got some huge games coming up. You've got Liverpool after this on New Year's Day. Then we've got the Mackhams in the Cup, and then we've got, likes of City and stuff like that, coming up. The not easy fixtures for Newcastle, off the back of that. I'm just looking at some of the fixtures now. Yeah, I mean, you got Liverpool New Year's Day, then the Mackhams in the Cup, then City at St James's Park, then Villa away is a massive game, and then we've got Luton again coming into February. So January-wise, January is a huge game for fixtures, and the lads really need to step it up. The January window is coming. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about strengthening the January window. Who do you think we need? Who do you think we'll get? There's been some quite negative talk of people saying, no, we're not going to get this guy, we're not going to get that guy. We need at least 4 players, in my opinion. The loan market is something Newcastle could play really, really well. Me and Mark said this. You could potentially get 3 or 4 loans in, top quality players to fill positions in this squad and not even touch FFP. It's about time Newcastle United understood that they need to inject some quality into this side massively. I'd like to see money spent on a striker, because you can't rely on Wilson and Isak to be fit. That's been shown. When they're fit, they're cracking. But at the minute, they're not getting any service either. You know what I mean? So we need to look at these options. We really, really do, because we don't want the season to tail off. I don't think it's tailing off right now. We're still sitting 7th in the Premier League. We've still got a real good chance of the top 4. But we need to start getting players back from fitness. Likes of Joe Willock, likes of Harvey Barnes. Hopefully, we'll see them towards the back end of January. Elliot Anderson hopefully isn't too far away as well. But then we need to strengthen as well. We need to bring in another 2 or 3 players, in my opinion, to fatten the squad up. But players like Miggy Almiron, he's not doing the business. Take him out of the side, Eddie. I really hope to God that he does do that. But that's my thoughts on the game, guys. In terms of prediction, I'm going to go for a Newcastle United 2-1 win at St James's Park. I think it'll be a bit squeaky. I think it'll be difficult. I think the lads are struggling. They're fatigued. I think 2023 has been a heavy year for Eddie Howe, for the lads, for the club, for the fans. There's been some real high moments and there's been some low moments recently. More highs than lows, though. It's got to be said. So let's not give up on the lads. Let's not give up on Eddie Howe. I don't like all these little noises already about Howe being out and all this kind of stuff. He's a young manager. He's got time to adapt. He's got time to improve. And I think he will do that. But he needs to stop being overly loyal to players who just can't hang at the level that we find ourselves at. So that's my take on that, guys. 2-1 win for Newcastle United. Let's hope it cheers everybody up on Boxing Day. And as I said, have a fantastic Christmas, whatever you're doing. I hope you have a great day. Drink loads, eat loads, be responsible, obviously. Enjoy. I hope you get all the gifts that you want as well. And you and your families have a fantastic time. And as I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, smash subscribe. Come and join us. Loads of content for you. Just like the match preview you've watched, as well as reviews, transfer stories. God, we've got loads of transfer links coming up soon with this window being open. And the odd rant from me as well here. It's all free content. But if you want to give a little bit back to the channel, there is a members option there. Smash that button. Less than £2 a month. I would love to have you in the members group. But until then, have a cracking Christmas. Have a cracking day wherever you are. And we'll see you later, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.